Hi, hello, and welcome everyone. Today we are going to be braving jungles. We are going to be braving gyms. We're going to be braving the far east side of Cincinnati. We are going to go to the Eastgate Jungle Gyms today and see what there is to see here. I know we way back when went to the Fairfield Jungle Gyms, and I'll post a link to that video in the description. But we will compare and contrast and see what there is to see here. And this vlog is now starting. And before we go in there, thanks to the whole COVID-19 thing, we of course got to do the masking. So just imagine hearing the Indiana Jones theme song, which we won't actually play because, copyright, but... And this is hard to do with just one hand, by the way.
Do you want me to hold?
Uh-oh.
No.
Well, we're going to go back and we're going to have to go, get a different mask because my masking went so well that I broke it. So we will be back here in a little bit for round two of this, as this is going just how we planned. And we are now at a nearby Walmart to try and get a replacement mask for me. Either that or Katie didn't like this idea, but maybe duct tape to fix this, where a duct tape fixed mask. I'm sure that would do over well.
Make you look very interesting, that's for sure.
Well, now we are back to Jungle Gyms, and I have a new mask. So now, yet again, imagine the Indiana Jones music playing as I do the masking of myself. As I put it on backwards, at least I'm not breaking it this time. Alright, there. And for those of you who don't know, Jungle Gyms is a really unique grocery store, and they have a monorail on top that doesn't work. And they have jungle sounds playing. This reminds you of the old Donkey Kong Country games for Super Nintendo. And they do have masks in here.
See, I was right.
A lot cheaper than Walmart was also.
Oh, that's shocking.
They got a whole lot of masks in here. Had I known that, we should just walked in here after I broke it. But yeah, this place has everything. They have the flying olives that Katie was having a failed attempt at humor over. They have a toy store. They have spices. I guess they have that theater closed for the pandemic.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, it's just like at the Fairfield one. No, it's the woman's, just as it looks like the portalette. And I guess this is showing all the different areas where they've been on the news because of their best bathrooms in America. Sure, it looks like a cheap knockoff of Winnie the Pooh.
It's the Haribo bear, the gummies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Missing a belly.
Well, that's usually where all of his gummies would be at. But...
And of course up there they have a hippie band.
With
Richard Nixon of all things on the back, because when I think of hippies I don't think of Richard Nixon personally, but... What do I... Well, like we're in the Asian section here, they have a giant dragon up here, in addition to that hippie band we just passed by. And more just the strange aspects of the grocery store of Jungle Gyms is this random little tiny desk. Nothing says a grocery store to me like, slot machines. And for that matter. It'd be fun if we eventually go to Japan, if it turns out like I love Japanese food.
I would laugh.
I'm not anticipating that, I'm just saying it'd be funny if that would happen.
Really, this baby really has bad gas.
Well, Katie, if I had bad gas, you'd probably be having that same exact facial expression. Maybe not if you had it, but if I had it, you'd have that same facial expression. Sort of looks almost like a relic leaf for a second, but I guess it's...
Is that what that is?
No, it's snot gel.
I'm sorry, what is it?
It says it's snot
Gorilla
gel.
snot? What? That is, ew.
Is that like gel to make your snot look better?
Your fingers
I have no idea what gel
Oh,
snot
it's
is.
hair gel.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what the heck
Is
is that?
snot gel like Mexican for hair? Or Spanish for hair? I mean, I never heard of...
Maybe it's just a slang term to help go off the, like, to help people buy the product?
Oh, Katie, since over here, it looks like they're having a bunch of drinks from different parts of the world, like pops and stuff. You know, if they had this at the Fairfield one or not, but we were in the hot sauce area here, so they have a fire truck for hot foods, and they got to put out the fire. I know your dad would. Does your dad ever come over to get hot sauce?
No.
That's right. It's.
My parents had that one cup there on the right. This one?
Yeah, okay.
Oh my gosh, oh no, that's just a glass. For some reason I thought it was a candle, but it was just the line.
A Christmas ornament for your dad for
Oh
Christmas.
jeez. I don't know.
Now this to me just does not seem appetizing. That Tabasco.
Oh, I do not want to
Sucker.
know how spicy that is. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Here they have a bunch of like firefighting antiques.
Oh. Did you know we had a hot sauce named after us?
I don't see Andy or Katie there.
Named after the state we live in? Okay, well, you can't record that one. That's funny. Like I said, you can't record it, but...
Well, I didn't realize this earlier, but it says that's a U.S. Navy like fire truck, United States Navy. Mm-hmm. And you know, my grandpa was a firefighter during World War II. My mom's dad, my maternal grandfather, was a firefighter in the U.S. Navy.
Really?
Yep. I don't think he had that. He might have driven something just like that. I have no idea. I don't think they had those on ships though, because I know he was on a ship for a while. Because I've seen a commendation that he got that mom had and some of his stuff for bravery in fighting a fire on board the ship. They're talking about still in the spicy food section. They have a heat warning has been issued for today, and they also have a lot of bacon-related shirts. Like get lucky with bacon. I missed that earlier. There's apparently a UFO flying over Asia up ahead. If you like root beer, they have a large amount of root beer here.
Yeah.
But if you like the actual beer, they have a whole lot more in a different section than this. This ship is pretty neat. Cool thing for inside a grocery store. They even have a special from a cable special, it looks like, on how they actually bought this. Don't ask me what show it was, because I've never seen it. When we say this is not like most grocery stores, like you said, there's a giant plane just hanging here from the roof with different bottles of hot sauces again hanging off the sides of it, which you do not have at your typical Kroger's, or definitely not your typical Walmart.
No, definitely not.
Okay, I get it now. That plane is powered by the hot sauce, so instead of like jet fuel, it's powered by hot sauce.
Ah.
That could be taken a different way also, except being powered by hot sauce. We're in the suction area. It's called the King of Pop, which for here in Cincinnati we call it pop. This seems slowish.
Hello, Mr. Sun. We've already been baking for hours in our magic ovens.
I can't wait to get a bite out of one of those cookies.
You'll have to wait, Tony, because our cookies have to be just right before we take them out of the oven. Everyone likes cookies that are warm and delicious.
Warm and delicious? Sounds like my 2 scoops of raisins. My favorite is cereal. Me too. I love to sprinkle raisins into cereal to make it healthy. I like my fries because they work great.
I like my cookies too, but we'll let the boys and girls decide.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. I know they have that at something like that at the Fairfield one.
Well, Didn't they have, what was it, a
Just-
Campbell soup can or something? Yeah.
It's just the guy who poured this by hand apparently has passed away at some point. And it says he will be missed. And here at General Jim's they also have parts of a 16-inch by 50 caliber Mark 7 gun, which is an old naval ship's gun. I don't know how old, but this is in the seafood area because nothing says seafood like massive weapons from a U.S. Navy ship. This could probably still absolutely destroy this boat right over here. The actual fishing village up here. A lot of syrup over here and a big old maple syrup tree. Now there's a house in my backyard growing up, Katie, there was a maple tree. Here, that's the maple syrup. They also have an IHOP. It's just instead of an International House of Pancakes, it's International Hut of Preserves. Yeah, they have this giant bear and honeycomb with bees on it. And bears running around. Looks like it could be a ride if it was put on the floor, like a bear easily. Looks like it could have been like a carnival ride. Or even if they ever put in a kiddie ride at Winnie the Pooh in the Winnie the Pooh area at Disneyland, it isn't really could even happen. I think this section of General Jim's is where diets stand to die.
Yeah. No kidding.
Bunch of cakes. I mean, there's all those donuts over there. Some of these cakes actually look pretty darn good. There's a candy aisle or area, and they have like a Jelly Belly car. They also have bumper cars for part of the aisles here. That is one serious big thing of cheese right there. And apparently it's 730 pounds, about 727 pounds of cheese. Came here in October of 2019, so last October, and it took 3 months to make. Apparently it's going to age here. I have no idea how long it takes cheese to age, but that is one gigantic thing of cheese. Don't really get why we have an alligator or a crocodile over here in the cheese section, but why not? And I guess a lot of artwork and theming they have here, like compared to like Disney, it's not very good, but for a grocery store, it's incredible. If you like cheese, they have all kinds of cheese here. And I do like the cheese, and I know I said this in the last video, General Jim's video, I like cheese, both to eat it and to cut it. We're near the beer section, but I don't really know if this is related to beer or like food or just cool scenery, because I know what that is. Maybe I'm just being stupid. And I had mentioned earlier how they had a large alcohol section. It is basically from over there, way down there, to basically as far as this building goes, to show you how big it is. A lot of wine. Usually they have airplane seats that you can sit in, but right now it's not, because I'm guessing because of the pandemic, which is one of those that was almost bad, almost not smart over. And if you're wondering, this is exactly what it seems like. It is a tasting bar. You can taste different beers and wines and spirits they serve here, which again is very atypical for a grocery store. And you know, if you have too much when you're doing the taste test, there's a tent for you to sleep in. And now I have no idea where my wife went. Incredibly large selection of alcohol here. If we're ever having some friends over and we want to have some unique drinks, I usually make a stop at either this one or the one up in Fairfield, which is about 5 minutes away from where I work at. This one, though, was roughly 10 minutes away from our home. Bunch of random people up there. Including a guy wearing a McDonald's hat. And again, to reiterate just how big their alcohol section is, this is aisle 12 right here of just the wine. So you have all these aisles down here. Where I was saying that earlier, you can even barely even see, because way down there is where the beer's at. And there's like 7 or 8 hours of beer. So they have an incredibly large amount of alcohol here. They even have an Eiffel Tower of wine. So keep that in mind. They even have carts of wine over here. And is that alcohol also? Mm-hmm. little shots.
It's rum.
Rum.
Rum cream with coffee.
I've had rum before.
So have I.
Years ago we were dating, and we were still dating. We were down in Destin at some nightclub, and I was told I could have one drink. And her best friend suggested a drink, and it was like a base
bathtub full.
of rum, and it was probably more rum in that than there is in these bottles of wine here. Someone wasn't very happy with me that night. This is why you should never give animals any alcohol, because once you give it to them, they just lay around on their backs. But Lucy does that anyways. She doesn't lay around on her back.
Cultural legacies are here to see, purchase, and indulge in.
Animatronic talking about wine.
I'm reminded of what my old friend Benjamin Franklin once said to me. Wine is sure proof that God loves us and wants us to be happy. Ben was a wise man, a lousy poker player, but a wise man indeed. Please enjoy exploring our library of fine wines.
Katie, I don't know about you, but I think this guy's wearing a little bit too revealing of clothes. Oh, we are leaving it now. So what you think, Katie?
It's good as always. Very fun. Very exciting. You never know what you can find in there.
In comparison to the Fairfield one, I think the Fairfield one feels more like a jungle. This one feels more like a gym.
I agree.
But I think this one's bigger.
Yeah, this one is definitely bigger.
And it's also newer for that matter, but they're each good. And like I said, well, there's a description, well, not a description, a link in the description of the other video, in the description of this video. And if you like this video, as always, feel free to hit the subscribe button and give us a big old thumbs up, because thumbs up is better than thumbs down. Well, hi, hello, and welcome, and today we are gonna brave jungles. We are gonna brave gyms. We are going to... As she's laughing now. But anyways, we are at the Jungle Gyms